So let's first talk about what's happening when you break in a motor. But there's two motor brushes that so this is the center of your motor. There's a motor brush on this side and a motor brush on this side. And when you get the motor brand new, the motor brush has a shape to it that's not really ideal to the motor. It needs to wear into the shape, the curve of the armature of the motor. And while it's doing that, it's making a lot of sparks because you're starting with a small contact point when it's flat. And as it curves in, it gets a better contact. It's not arcing as much. It's more efficient. It's running cooler. So we need to get that shape to it. Now, there's lots of different methods of breaking in motors that people talk about. One of the, dunking them in water and running them. Motors are actually waterproof. You can run this in a glass of water all day long. It doesn't care. When people's cars get wet and they think their motor failed, no, it's something else. One of the circuit boards, maybe. But the problem with doing like a water break in or just a bench break in is those brushes have to seat in for the direction that the motor is primarily turning. And in a Power Wheels car, you've got motors facing each other. So one's turning clockwise when the other is turning counterclockwise. So it's very important, I guess they're facing that way. Either way, it's very important to run the motor in the direction it's primarily going to be used forwards, unless you have a kid that drives backwards all the time. So and having a little bit of load on them is helpful. So that's why, we always instruct bolt it into the gearbox, put it in the car with the tires on, lift the rear end of the car out, and put a brick on the pedal. Put it in forward direction and let it run. That way it's spinning the direction it's gonna run. It's basically breaking in the way it's going to be used. Run it at the voltage you're gonna run. We get some people that break it in with a 12-volt battery, but they're gonna run it at 24-volt, and again, they can smoke the motors. So break it in at the voltage you're gonna be using the motor at, in the condition it's gonna be, in the car, set in place. And a break-in generally takes about 15, 20 minutes.